Hello Journal Junkies, and today we're going to take a really good look at the new Archer and Olive notebooks. So you might have seen a review of our old ones, these beautiful things, and you had a lot more questions. You wanted me to try out using Sharpies and other sort of markers in them. So when we got these new ones, I decided it was the perfect time to actually do another review and try them out. So we're gonna get them out. This is very exciting. I've been waiting so long to do this. If you follow me on Instagram stories, you know I've been like, waiting to open this thing. I'm so excited. Can't even get it out of plastic, I'm so excited. It's a beautiful thing. So, I think the first thing we should really look at is that the new ones are bigger. They are a full A5, not this cropped A5 that the old ones were. So if we compare it to our handy dandy trusty Scribbles That Matter, you can see they're pretty much on par. Beautiful things. Scribbles has had a bit of a tough life. And so they're exactly the same size. So if you were looking for a book that was the A5 size rather than the cropped A5 size, then the new Archer and Olive notebooks are perfect. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty, shall we? Beautiful sleeve. One of the things I love about these is just they come so nicely presented. Even the cover is gold foil printed. So, I mean, if you're fans of paper, which you are because you're watching this movie, you'll appreciate that. It's not just me. I'm not a crazy person. Oh, if you like this and you want to find out more, go to Archer and Olive on Instagram. It's at Archer and Olive. Tag us in too at journal_junkies. We'd love to hear from you, especially if you've tried one of these notebooks. Let us know what you think. They're also available in our store, so if you do want them, head there. We've got the whole range for you to check out. I'm so proud to be stocking these notebooks, and I think Bonnie from Archer and Olive is fantastic too, and it's great to be able to support other bullet journalists. Woohoo! All right, so the new notebooks have a pen holder, as you can see. And so let's say, I think most of us are probably like a Staedtler fine liner fan. I haven't, as you tell, I have just opened this, so pen holders tend to need a little bit of wear. It's quite big, like it fits my Staedtler easily with room to spare. To a point where it actually might fall out a little bit. So I think I'd make sure to put it in the cap like that. And then you know you're not gonna lose it. But the big size though, because a lot of pen holders don't fit the pens, it's probably gonna fit your Tombos quite nicely. Oh yes, look at that. So if you do have thicker pens, or a bigger pen that you really like writing with, you've got quite an expansive pen holder, which is pretty cool. We've got these beautiful embossed symbols. So most of the designs that we stock are cloth covers with embossed symbols. There are a few like fake leather covers that have flower paintings on them, which are really pretty. So it just depends what you like. This one obviously is the cloth crescent moon. It's gorgeous. And so if we open it up, we've got these beautiful crisp white pages. They're bright white. And so if I compare them, again, I feel like the Scribbles is the best comparison because it's also my second favorite notebook. I've got so much doodling in here. So hopefully you can see that comparison, but it's a lot whiter and brighter than the Scribbles notebooks. And of course a place to write your name. It's so pretty. And so you've got dotted pages as we come to know, love and need in our bullet journals. And the dots are 1/2 centimetre apart, which is pretty standard. You've got 13 centimetres wide worth of dots and 19 centimetres down worth of dots. So what you do have is a little bit more header space than base space, which may or may not affect you. I think it's pretty good because I usually like to have more space for the header, but then end up wasting all the space down here. So I like that there's extra space for that. And at the back we of course have a wee handy pocket. Perfect for documents, and usually I like to keep little mementos and stuff in there. But let's really get into what we're all here for, let's be honest, which is the pen test page. So I'm going to start with this Staedtler pigment liner. It's waterproof ink, so it's the same as most sort of pigment liners or artist liners that we're looking at. DT, I'm pretty sure. If I've spelt this wrong, apologies. Cool. So it's my Staedtler. How about a Staedtler fine liner? Actually, let's even scribble a bit on, shall we? Really kind of put the paper through its paces. Of course, our trusty Tombos. And a zebra. Let's try and go a different colour. I just like varying colours. Although that might be the darkest one, or one of the darkest. Oh, they'll go for the purple. Like, get on with it. Why are you changing so many colours? Cool. And to really put it through its paces, let's try a Karen garden marker. So it's a waterproof, a serious garden label marker. It's essentially a Sharpie. And I've also got a permanent waterproof marker just for good measure. Oops. Cool. And we can't do anything without trying out some watercolor, right? So let's take this beautiful color. It's a 755. I'm pretty sure this is in the Galaxy pack. So we'll get that on there. I have a water brush and a water spray, so we'll try both. Let's try the water brush for now. So I usually like to get a bit of water out and then pick up the color. And let's just watercolor. Let's make it a bit wetter, shall we? We'll make it real wet and see how that goes. And then, just for fun, shall we? Let's do a blue and a green. Ooh, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna spray this off of camera because I don't want to get extra water on my journal. But I essentially just use this little spray mixer. Okay, so that's quite wet, just FYI. Getting ink everywhere. Alright, and then so we're gonna have the big reveal as well as a smushing session. Ready? You ready for the smush? I'm ready for the smush. Ta-da! Smushy, smushy. These blending palettes are great for this. I just love playing with them. If anybody else obsessed with your Tombos, make sure you hit me up because I could talk about these Tombos for forever. God, I almost swore them. Oops. Sorry, team. All right. So, let's see the smush. Ooh, so pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna let that dry a little. But there was a lot of water on there and the paper actually like took it up real well. Really nice. All right, so let's see, that's reveal number 2. And I'm actually really impressed. So as we can see, the permanent markers, so the Sharpie type things definitely ghost a little, but they're pretty hefty inks, right? And I can't imagine how often you guys would use your Sharpies in your journal, but if that's something that you're intrigued by, those are the Sharpies there. But you can't see anything else. You can't see your Tombow color, you can't see your Staedtlers, you can't see your zebras, like you can't see any of those top ones. So down here it's got a little bit too wet and the paper's sort of pilling a little, but I did put a lot of water on there. Like I actually put like 4 sprays. And so the color's coming through a little bit, but considering what I did, the amount of color on there is so minimal, and there's a little bit of warping of the paper, but that's to be expected when you're not using watercolor paper to do watercolors. No matter what notebook you work in with watercolors, this is gonna happen. But the fact that it hasn't ruined the paper, I could still easily write on this side of the paper and I can't see any color and it's not destroyed it. Like if I come back to the front here, you know, it's not destroyed, it's not ruined. I could easily write over that, and actually I will, just to prove. So it's not completely dry yet. I should probably wait for it to dry, but there you go. Oh, yes, it's wet. And then for my American friends, so again, it's not quite dry yet. Probably should have done that, but there you go. You see? Nothing. So it's actually pretty amazing when we're talking about paper that has everything we need. It's got dots, it's purely white, it's beautiful white, and it can take your watercolor with no trouble whatsoever. Sharpies might be a bit of a push, but then Sharpies are going to be a push in whatever journal you get. And if you're using Sharpies in your journal, I really want to see what you're doing because it sounds super interesting. But the reason these pages can hold up so well is because they're 160 GSM, which is a lot. It's very thick. Like they are, it feels like you should be holding a couple of pages in one. Like they're thick pages, but it still opens flat. If we really want to go to the middle, you know, it opens perfectly flat. The designer has specifically designed these journals for bullet journalists in mind. It has everything we could possibly want out of a notebook. It's just stunning. The one thing to note is there are no numbered pages, which may or may not be a deal breaker for you. So you can mark all the pages if you wanted to, or you could use a color coding system, a washi tape marking system. You know, there's so many other ways to mark pages. I think I even have a blog of different ways you can mark pages in your bullet journal. So I don't think that numbers are necessarily the be all and the end all, but you might, and that might be a thing. And that's the great thing about bullet journaling. Everyone is different. And you just need to find a system that works for you. There are also 2 matching bookmarks, which I love. That is the Arch and Olive Bullet Journal, and I just think it's beautiful. It is honestly a fantastic notebook, and it's got a range of beautiful colors and covers, and I'm just so in love with it, and I'm just really glad that you guys reached out to me and asked me to test different things in it, because I would have never thought to test the Sharpies, so thanks heaps for that. And yeah, this will be the one I'll be migrating into. If you want to see me set up a new bullet journal, let me know. I don't usually film my plan with me's or my setups or anything, but I'm more than happy to do that if you guys are keen on seeing it. Otherwise, make sure to hit us up on Instagram, journal_junkies. And yeah, let me and Archer and Olive know if you tried these and if you love them, and yeah, it'll be great hearing from you. So